bipolar, you're crazy. My ex-boyfriend is a psychopath. She belongs in an asylum. She is nuts. That old man is so off his rocker. These are things that 14-year-old in a study claimed were words associated with mental illness. And we find that lots of people use mental illness terms as a way to express their feelings. Um, According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual number 5, 1 in 4 people have been diagnosed with a mental disorder. Um, Mental disorders are abnormalities in the way that we feel, in the way that we think, or the way that we behave. And these include things like depression, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, attention deficit disorder. And the stigma attached to mental illness are the negative views that people have on those with mental disorders. In many articles that I had read, there were many things that contributed to the stigma. For elderly people, it was the asylum that they dealt with in their childhood. People with mental disorders and those who behave differently from the social norm were sent to these asylums that were pretty much a human zoo. They experimented and did some awful things to these people. And for young people, the mental health stigma comes from the media. Our exposure to the media allows for the stigma to occur. Things such as the current shootings. The shooting in Colorado in the theater. The person who did it is trying to claim that he is not guilty due to insanity. And it's very controversial, and people use this claim that he is insane as something to stereotype everyone with a mental disorder. There are many ways that we can stop this stigma in its tracks, simply by educating ourselves on the different mental illnesses and then educating others on the mental illnesses. We can share the knowledge and kind of stomp down the typical ideas and negative things that other people have for those with mental illnesses. Watching how you talk. I have found, and I've caught myself many times, using diagnostic terms as ways to express the way that I feel. Remembering that these disorders have a biological cause, not only environmental. Environmental aspects do take part in mental health, but it's not everything. And I think because of the media, we have a hard time remembering that it is a biological thing. It isn't just environmental. And getting involved in things in the community, like our I Will Listen campaign, is a great way to help get rid of the stigma. Um, and simply listening to someone with a mental disorder can help tremendously because there is a stigma to getting treatment. Um, People see themselves as weak, or other people see them as weak, or attention seeking by receiving treatment. And this is just making mental health around us worse and unpreventable. There are people in our society that have mental illnesses that contribute to society tremendously. People like Robin Williams, who had depression and has everyone laughing on the couch in his movies. And the way that the media portrayed his death contributes to the stigma as well. There are several ways to contribute to the fight against stigma and to educate ourselves about the stigma. Thanks.
Very good.